Here, show me the recent past. Eight of Swords in reverse. Show me the present. Queen of Swords in reverse. Strength card. Show me the blockage. We'll clarify, guys. I'm just getting the story right now. Four of Cups, Knight of Cups for the blockage. And then show me the future. Two of Coins. Okay. So what I see off tops is in the recent past, someone, this could be you, this could be your divine counterpart, was able to get over overthinking. They were able to free themselves of these chains of overthinking. They were able to free themselves from this mental prison here in the recent past. The present energy, Queen of Swords in reverse, that's my card for like karmics, third parties, anybody that has a real manipulative, narcissistic type of attitude. That's the Queen of Swords in reverse. Someone very argumentative, someone that tries to constantly exert control because they feel powerless. And you have the Strength card right next to it. This is, again, you or your divine counterpart standing up to this person and being like, no, you're not going to control my life. I may have given you power in the past by not standing up for myself, by not believing in myself. But you see how she's taken the mouth of that crocodile? She's literally wrestling this creature who has the body of a lion, the head of a crocodile. I don't know what this body is in the very, very back here, but it's a creature that's representing a struggle, something that was difficult for this person to face. And now they've taken it and they're facing it. I think the back might be a bear. A bear, a lion, and a crocodile. It's an interesting creature. And this person has taken it by the mouth. And that's very symbolic too, because it's the mouth. See, the Queen of Swords is known for their mouth. They don't really have a lot of bite, but their bark, they're constantly barking. They're constantly trying to destabilize with their words, through spell work, through energy draining, through simply just trying to speak confusion into existence, trying to speak disruption and disharmony, trying to siphon others' energy, strength through what they say. They're very manipulative. They're very deceitful and conniving, this Queen of Swords in reverse. And this person is grabbing their mouth. That's symbolic of, I'm not going to let what you say control me. I'm not going to let the words that you keep trying to feed into my ear dictate what I'm going to do anymore. The blockage, Four of Cups and the Knight of Cups. This is definitely an expression of love. It's a contemplation here on what the next step should be. A balancing. It's a meditation on not just how to approach you, right? Or again, if this is you toward them, this isn't just a contemplation on how to do something. It's a contemplation about the love itself with this knight. Holding this hawk is symbolic. Really, this whole card is symbolic of the horse being in water, also holding the hawk. This is a contemplation of, what does this love really mean to me? What am I willing to risk? There's the air element with the hawk, and then there's the water element with the ocean, and then there's the earth element with the horse. And of course you have fire as well. You could say that the person itself is representing the fire because they are the one putting in the action to get where they're trying to go. This all speaks to me as in saying, what is the price of love? How do I reach my goals? What are my goals? What does this love really mean? This person is contemplating how this love has transformed so many areas of their life. Really, this love is one of the things that has given this person the strength to confront this Queen of Swords, to change their reality. It's really beautiful. The Four of Cups is that contemplation, life contemplation. And then the near future is the Two of Coins. This is making a decision. This is bringing things into balance. This is figuring out, all right, since everything is obviously not going to work out in the most ideal fashion, in the way that I most hoped for, how can I balance reality? How can I exist in the reality that I am, how am I trying to say? How can I manifest what I want without being in the exact place I want it to be with it? You see how she's holding two children. One's half bear on top, half baby on bottom. The other is vice versa, right? Again, this is symbolic of how can I balance what I want, which is this relationship, with what I currently have going on in my life, which is going to be different for all of your different situations. But this Queen of Swords in reverse is central to that. It's a central theme. How can I balance this all? Because this isn't what this person wanted. This person wanted this Queen of Swords to be completely gone, a non-factor, before expressing this love, before moving forward with this love. But they're finally coming to terms with the fact that this Queen of Swords is an energy prototype of a challenge that must be faced head on. It can't be avoided any longer, because this person was always put on your path to teach you how to find your own voice, how to be strong, that inner strength and resilience. It's facing the test in the midst of the fire, right? It's learning the lesson and then taking the test kind of while the lesson is still going on. So let's clarify. What's the Eight of Swords in reverse, please? Let's get some more information. Eight of Swords in reverse. King of Wands, Eight of Cups. Yes, this is emotionally detaching and leaving behind a way of thinking. This person had been in their mind for so long, in a place of powerlessness and feeling stuck and trapped. They had truly bought into the idea that they were a victim of their life circumstances. And they didn't understand why Spirit or why God wasn't coming in to rescue them from these challenges. Now they're in their power. They're upright as the King of Wands, and they've made this decision to leave behind what no longer serves me. This victim mindset does not serve me. And many times, even myself, I used to hate when anybody referred to me as having a victim mindset. It was very off-putting. And I've learned over the years that, while I still don't really like it, I have to be honest, right? I don't really like it, but I have learned that it's a trigger for me, because even though I portrayed having everything together, not needing anyone, this hyper independence that I've had since childhood, deep down, I wanted to be rescued. I wanted that knight in shining armor that could come in and show me the love and acceptance, appreciation, validation that I feel I didn't get from my childhood. And when you realize that you're feeding into a victim mindset, that's when you can take your power back and realize, I actually do have the power. Because that's all being a victim means, right? Is that you're believing that you don't have the power, that the power lies outside of you. And I used to always interpret victimization, victim mindset as being weak, being needy. But that's actually not what a victim is. A victim is someone that doesn't have the power to change their circumstances. So this person had believed that. This Queen of Swords words, their actions, all the challenges and blockages that they were presenting to this person, they had bought into, I'm trapped. I'm trapped with this person. I'm trapped in this way of life, constantly trying to think of a way out of it. Think with the Eight of Swords, that mental prison. But now the Eight of Cups comes out. The 8 is also very significant. 8 is the number of power. It's also the number of karma and universal oneness. This is learning lessons. But the cups element stands out to me the most, because from the mental prison, they decided to use their heart, feelings. Tapping into that self-love is what gave them the determination. And then you have the fire with the King of Wands. That's the momentum. That's the spark and the catalyst that said, no, this is my life. And I may not be able to see clearly and think my way out of this, but I can follow my heart, aka my intuition. I can follow divine guidance. You see how this card, it's cloudy, it's foggy here. This person is waiting for the ship to come in because they've walked away from the only life they've ever known, and they really can't see clearly where they're going. There's only a dim candle, it looks like, on that boat, right? This is taking a lot of faith, a lot of trust. And what are they trusting? They're trusting in themselves primarily with the King of Wands, but they're also trusting in the divine, which is represented by the water that the ship is sailing on. Even though it's cloudy, even though I've never been here before, so I don't know my way, I'm trusting. This is a very spiritual reading, which is why I'm taking my time to really go into depth into everything with you. Clarify the Queen of Wands and the Strength card, please. Nine of Swords. This was a giant for this person. This was something that they would much rather avoid. Look, and the Queen of Swords comes out again. Did I call her the Queen of Wands before? Sorry if I did. Queen of Swords. She comes out again. Significant. This time in the upright. This represents practicality. This represents when this Queen of Swords in the reverse tries to play it like, oh, well, logistically, blah, 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 blah. Or logically speaking, blah, 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 blah. This is when they try to use real situations, real challenges, not just fear-mongering anymore, but trying to use real life challenges for this person in order to manipulate them or to kind of beat them back into the Eight of Swords energy. Using kids, using finances, using obligations, marriages, contracts, mortgages, etc. They're very conniving, and they pose a real challenge for this King of Wands. Anything else for the Nine of Swords, Queen of Swords? Six of Wands, Ten of Cups. But coming out on top of that fear, that Nine of Swords, paralyzing fear, the Six of Wands, Ten of Cups comes out. This person says, I believe I can be successful in creating the life I want. No matter what they say. This is huge. This is taking a lot of faith. They're staring this problem, this Queen of Swords, in the eye. And they're saying, you've been a problem in my life a long time. You've kept me trapped, limited me, beat me down emotionally, verbally, whatever, for a long time. And you might be dealing with someone that didn't show that to the world. They didn't show to the world how stuck and how trapped they felt. They may have not even shown it to this Queen of Swords. This is someone that needed to project confidence, cool, calm, collectedness, and detachment in order to stay sane going through all of this. So many didn't even realize what they were going through. Many people had no idea the relationship was so shitty, or that this Queen of Swords was so controlling and narcissistic, because this person hid it, partly because they were ashamed, partly because they didn't want people in their business, partly because hiding it allowed them to kind of buy into this illusion of control, of having some semblance of control in their life, when deep down they felt very much out of control, very unhappy. But now, the Six of Wands, Ten of Cups, I have the ability to be victorious in love and in life. Spirit is telling me, there's another horse there, right? Spirit is telling me I have the freedom to choose, and I don't have to listen to this person anymore. I'm so proud of this person. Clarify the Knight of Cups, Four of Cups, please. Justice. So this is, remember, this is the blockage here. This is the obstacle. So this contemplation on this love, it culminates here with justice. One, this is a dual meaning here. I see so many things jumping out. That's why I keep starting and stopping. So one is, Justice card is 11. 11 is alignment. It's a new beginning, going in a new direction. Two, we're going to take justice at face value for one of the definitions of the card is marriage. So one of the blockages here is marriage, possible marriage to this Queen of Swords energy. Three, justice, another meaning of the tarot card, justice, is making things right. It's karma. It's balancing the scales. This is Libra energy. This is bringing things into balance. This person is facing how to make things right. And we see in the near future with the Two of Coins that they ultimately do figure out a way to balance everything. I'm just looking at this person, this lady, as a statue. This was a huge challenge for this person. This marriage, this financial entanglement, This person's words, the arguments, if they had children together, this person trying to poison the children's mind against them. It was a problem from so many different angles. But at the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Cups. This is self-love and also choosing you, collective. Or if it's you choosing this person. Despite this marriage, despite these huge obstacles, this person is saying, I choose you. Page of Swords. I'm going to move in a new direction. Yes, I've been watching you, because we all know that that's what the Page of Swords is famous for, right? The stalking and spying, watching from afar. But you see how this person's in a library? I've also been learning, collective, how to move in a new direction. What does that look like for me? What is my life going to look like without this person in it, this Queen of Swords? What is my life going to look like? What are my children's lives going to look like? The pages are all about kids as well. When I say I'm moving in a new direction, what does that really mean for me? This is what this person is contemplating. And again, this is the crossing position. It's coming out as the blockages. This is what they're pushing through. This is all that Spirit is showing them, everything that's growing, everything that is budding right now. Then you have the Page of Cups. I need to reach out to you. I need to tell you how I feel. Five of Cups, because I'm in grief. I'm in grief with this situation with this Queen of Swords, but more so, I'm in grief because of you, baby. I love you. I'm in love with you, and I don't like being away from you. I need to bring things into balance with you, Two of Swords. I made a decision, Ten of Swords, to end things with that energy, that Queen of Swords, and I'm moving forward. I am moving forward. I am choosing to do something that I have no experience in. That's really big. Really big. I mean, we could keep going. This tells a whole story, but let's clarify the near future. The Two of Coins, please. The Phoenix. This is an extra card in this deck. Rebirth. And the Knight of Cups. The Two of Coins is clarified by being reborn through the ashes, and the Knight of Cups moving forward with this love. Remember, the Knight of Cups came out as the crossing position. Knight of Cups, Four of Cups. To move forward with this love. Not just telling you about it, collective. Living in it with you. Experiencing the Ten of Cups with you. This person has undergone a death and rebirth with the Phoenix. That is no simple, easy feat. And that is why it has taken the amount of time that it's taken, because they literally had to die to that old person that was comfortable staying in that mental energy. The mental prison with this Queen of Swords. They didn't really love this energy. There wasn't really a warm, harmonious, loving marriage with this person, but it was familiar because likely this Queen of Swords energy represented someone from this person's past, like a mother or a grandmother or some type of early maternal feminine energy that was very controlling, narcissistic, and abusive. Mentally, verbally, and physically, however it might have went for this person. But this Queen of Swords wasn't just speaking as their self. They were representing an earlier introduction to a distorted feminine energy, however it manifested, whoever it manifested through. Right? So this death and rebirth was so much bigger than just this Queen of Swords in this relationship. This was how this person viewed feminine energy and how they viewed themselves. Because when someone has a wound in their feminine energy, they're disconnected from their own intuition, because that's what the feminine energy governs. So this person has gone through one of the hardest, most intense ego deaths and dark nights of the soul that you could possibly imagine. And for them to still choose love is beautiful. It's so beautiful, because they're moving forward with what their heart truly desires.